Hey guys, welcome back to the Sombra Chronicles. I'm Votary from Cards in Hand, and it's time to get to the bottom of this 5% thing and put this topic to bed. Wait, what? Oh, damn it, it moved. Okay, last week we went over the introduction to Sombra and established her as having a hacker personality. We also covered the beginning of the Summer Games video, which is what brought this ARG to the public eye in the first place. This week, we're going to get you current on the ARG, as it seems to have stabilized in the last few days. There's a lot to go over, so buckle in and let's just dive right in. We left off on the mysterious artifacting in the sky of Dorado. When players looked up, they noticed very uncharacteristic pixelization for Overwatch. Upon further inspection in various Photoshop methods for bringing out contrast, this very odd shape could be found. Now, most would pass this off as a texture of the sky not meeting very well within the center of the sky dome, but this honestly looked a little too interesting to pass up. And let me remind you that at the same time, we had this quote from Jeff Kaplan.
That's way above our heads.
And a bunch of directions, one of them being a star. It just seemed like a natural place to be, and hell, Sombra has most ties to Dorado anyway, so it just all kind of fit. So there we have it. The hunt went in a different direction as the internet detectives from all over tried to find the meaning of this single image. Did you know that this looks Aztec? Did you know that Lumerico's symbol also looks Aztec? Did you know that this overlays like this? Did you know that this overlays like this? Did you know that you can flatten out the circle? You guys, did you know you could turn this into a song? Reddit user Gingerwave made this haunting melody from this legendary Skycode, and it seemed like Blizzard was actually listening. Check out this new emote from Zenyatta. Now, people were so desperate for anything Sky related that they even took to looking into the flight board in Numbani. Now, these times and statuses have been rumored to change during different patches of the game, and a dedicated group went over every single detail of this board, from its locations to an odd static that runs over the front of it every now and then. It was like a crazy day that people were going in there trying to figure out. People were going to find old screenshots, trying to find them. It was just insane. Now, this is all fun, but I mean, what could this even mean? After getting stuck for days, the game detectives were split into 3 camps. Those who thought the tracer trail was the key, those who thought the directions and compass were the key, and those who thought the sky code was the key. After far too long of bashing their heads against the wall, people started to lose their minds. Now, with news outlets like IGN, GameSpot, and Kotaku reporting on it, sometimes even taunting them, there was a huge influx of new users flooding the Discord and causing general chaos. While a lot of people wanted to go and help, and they had good intentions, many people came in without reading the wiki of what was already established and figured out. So basically what would happen is you would just see a non-stop flood of chat with people saying phrases like, "It looks like shot code," or "Hey, maybe it's a compass. Did you guys see those directions? Oh my god." The general attitude of the community started to go sour, and morale was definitely at an all-time low. But as it turns out, we were being monitored much more closely than we thought. On the 9th of August, a new image showed up on the official Overwatch media page, hidden amongst the pre-existing screenshots. Now, this is a Datamoshed image, and what that means is this. Datamoshing, or data bending, is a complex technique where the movement in one layer of video is applied to another layer of footage, using loss decompression and removed frames to create a glitchy psychedelic result. And again, to quote the Game Detectives wiki, After comparing the image via different checking tools, it was found that certain English and Spanish characters were replaced with exclamation points, producing a Spanish sentence out of the replaced characters. What was found was this phrase, and when translated, gave us this. Why are you looking at the sky? The answer isn't over your heads, it's behind you. Sometimes you need to analyze your previous achievements. After this, it was very clear we had been on the wrong track for far too long. The part about the past achievements, however, was something to go on. People started digging into chat logs dating back to day 1 of this ARG, trying to figure out something that was achieved but maybe missed. Some even went in-game to look at achievement titles, hoping that some kind of hint or clue would present itself. Again, nothing. Then on August 12th, it was discovered that if you log into your account on the official Overwatch page and inspected your achievements, a mysterious new icon would show up. Boom! We found it, guys. Finally, a breakthrough and a much needed boost in morale. Viewing the source code for the image led you to a new phrase, and when translated this time it read, "Damn, not bad. However, I'm getting bored. Let's try something new in the same direction," followed by a string of numbers and letters. It didn't take long for people to discover that what was needed here was a Vigenère cipher. This is a method of encrypting alphabetic text by using a series of different Caesar ciphers based on the letters of a keyword. And can you even fathom what this keyword was? I was there at the beginning of this being discovered, and I'm actually really sad to say that I don't remember the name of the user who actually cracked this, but the password used was Tracer, Torbjorn, Winston, Symmetra, Diva, Mercy, Bastion, Genji, McCree. All one long word. Yes, that's right. So it's all the heroes in the order of their appearance in the compass from the last video. So I want to point out, I'm going off script here, but this was around the time that people generally decided that the Tracer trail now was dead. Now, we think this because this clue seems to have been added, obviously in response to our inability to crack the original code. It is very widely believed that cracking the Tracer code would eventually lead to what we're getting right now. The Tracer trail is essentially dead. No one's working on it. It just doesn't seem, I think that the brute force is still going, but yeah, anyway. Back to the script. So what we got from this process was, well, I mean this, I'm not going to read this out, but you can see it on screen, which was quickly turned into a link and gave us yet another Datamoshed image, this time of Volskaya Industries. Using the same method as before, we got something good. Finally! Something solid, something awesome. Oh yeah, that's right. It is glorious. We got an ASCII skull with the message, "It seems like you like these little games. Why don't we play a real one?" A super cheeky Sombra, going under the username Skycode, an obvious reference to the game detectives, posted an ominous topic that was pinned at the top and locked so everybody couldn't see it. Its topic title was binary, translated as 23, referencing Sombra as the 23rd hero, and at the time the post started at 23 hours. Now, this was not immediately seen as important, so we'll actually cover that in the next section. What was important, however, was the topic itself. If you watched it for a few moments, it would begin to glitch out and warp, and eventually a text box would show up with the following message, and followed by another gigantic big old box of text. After a little while, the box of text was seen to be base 64, and when translated gave us our second skull, though this one was slightly different. Again, I'm going to quote here directly from the Game Detectives wiki on this, because it is, again, so far outside of my realm of understanding that I wouldn't be able to do it justice. So this is word for word quoted from the Detectives wiki. First, you must strip both skulls of spaces and new characters. You can do this in Notepad++ or any semi-advanced text editor. The strings cannot be shown due to their length, but the idea is to have them be on a single line with no spaces. The process to get something out of these two strings is to subtract each byte from both skulls, and showing the ones that are not 0. A person by the user @Ellie on our Discord gave me a script made in C to automate this. You can compile it and read the source and get an understanding of what you need. After subtracting each byte from both skulls, you end up with this string. This string was recognized as a Caesar cipher. After shifting it 23 places, it resulted in, when cleaned up and translated, the message reads, "I promised you a game. I believe you game detectives would call it a trailhead," followed by this blah 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 blah.html. Woo, okay. So this last bit was translated to mean use both skulls. But wait, that's not all. If we look at the BLZ GDA, this happens to be Blizzard's server for hosting media. Using the full URL, we got a link that leads us to a new video. Now, this was an interesting find because it seemed to talk about Anomaly, who was shot in the eye during a sniper battle with Widowmaker. She was assumed dead, and it appears by this video that she was admitted as a Jane Doe. The name apparently is like a German term for our American Jane Doe. So like a nameless patient. Anyway, when you download this video, and if you right click and go to your properties and go to your details, you can find a message in there. And when translated, it says, "You seem to be very interested in these quote unquote heroes. May be interested to know some details that I found out about them." So crazy enough, some smart people also noticed the irregular heartbeat and figured out that by looking at what lines it pings on and by assigning letters to them, it spells out moment in crime. This is getting to be completely absurdly crazy how smart these people are. Anyway, now for those who don't know, A Moment in Crime is the fictional news show that featured a story about Roadhog and Junkrat during their reveal trailer. What we found from here was the website momentincrime.com. Now, unfortunately, I don't have screenshots of what was originally on this site because, as you'll find out pretty soon here, it's been updated quite frequently. I do know that originally it was very bare bones, and basically people figured out that if you send an email to info@amomentincrime.com, you would get a response. So these timestamps were kind of interesting, and a lot of people had a lot of different theories. A lot of people went to different videos to look at timestamps to see if maybe they could find like hidden frames, blah blah blah. But eventually we came to the conclusion that if you take the timestamp looking numbers as AA, BB, CC, so where AA is the number of skull between the two, BB is the row, and CC is the column, then a 5x5 table would look like this. Now, taking the other string of text at the bottom of the message and using a bifid, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce this, I think it's bifid cipher, you ended up with a LeetSpeak message that, when translated, gives us Sombra, information is power, Sombra. Now, there's a little bit of tiny debate here as to the meaning of this and why it would repeat, but for the moment it seems to be irrelevant. Because Sombra is Spanish for shadow, people think that maybe it could mean like shadow information is power, Sombra. I don't really know. Okay. So remember that topic with the 23-hour mark on it that I mentioned before? Well, it was discovered that at semi-regular intervals, the time was actually ticking down. If you don't know how a forum works, when you post a topic, the time ticks up depending on how old it is. It's crazy, right? Like I said though, this one was ticking down. To what? Is this it? Finally? Sombra is releasing when this ticks down. OMG. Nope, but more on that in a moment. So as the timer ticked down, I can't even tell you what the hype level was like. People everywhere were worked up in a frenzy, and the Game Detective's Discord was so full that it actually just couldn't stay working and stable. It was so full that Discord actually allowed more servers just to keep them going. It was huge. It was going to be the culmination of everyone's hard work and patience. Then it got to 1 hour. Oh my god, only moments away till the end. Then it went to 59 minutes. Okay, that's okay. We're still really close, guys. Don't worry, it's not going to take that long. Then it went to seconds. God, come on. Then finally it vanished. Fuck that. The small corner of the internet blew up, and much rage ensued, like F you Blizzard, and it filled the forums and Discord. And to make it worse, to add the cherry on top, momentincrime.com updated with this message, and when translated said, establishing connection, Sombra protocol version 1.9 initiated, transmitting information to active Omnix, 2%, ending connection. Another countdown. Well, a count up, I guess, but people were so mad that they quit the ARG altogether. But looking through the source code, we found one single comment, and it said, which translated says, "Well done, you have my password. Hacking this television program was meaningless. Wait for what is coming," and the ticker started going up so slowly that it was literally almost a slap in the face. Eventually, the ticker finally hit 5% and upgraded to version 1.95, and it just sat there. Now, this is what I was referring to when I said 5%. Seriously? Sombra, get better internet. Now that was originally where this series was conceived, and of course the day after I started writing it, or recorded it, it actually started ticking up. So we're actually getting bonus stuff at this point, which is great. That's why this video is so much longer. But wait, good news, it started going up again. Yay, oh, thank the iris. How fast is it going up? Well, let me look. 0.0038 every 3 minutes. And that's pretty much where we still are to this day. Currently, it's August 31st, 2016 at the time of writing this, and it's sitting at a lofty 14.3305%, with the only change being this new message in the source code, which in English reads, it seems that things are warming up a little, gotta go unnoticed while it completes, which seems to be the final nail in the coffin for any hopes that this will continue anytime soon. People like me are still hopeful that the version number will eventually update and go much faster, but honestly, now with World of Warcraft Legion having launched, I doubt they want to take away from the hype anytime soon. Current calculations see it reaching 23% on September 5th, which is the same day as Season 2, and 100% on October 16th or 17th, but honestly, I highly doubt it will take that long. One quick update to note is that on the PTR, a new newspaper has been spotted warning users of a mass worldwide hacking. With the patch coming soon, only time will tell if this will ramp up again. If it does, you know I'm going to be right here on the front lines bringing the info straight to you. I've been Votary, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. So there you have it, the Chronicles of Sombra. I know that I left a lot of smaller things out, and I may actually make another video just to go over the small, crazy theories that came out of this process, like, did you know that the percent will go up if you kill Omnics in-game? Or that the trees in the last Bastion short can make a barcode if you line them up right. So much madness happened during this adventure that it may actually warrant a deeper look, but thanks for watching, and thank you for showing so much love and support for part 1. I definitely really appreciate it, and I can't even begin to express how happy that makes me. But I will see you guys next time.